For more than 75 years, Rohde&Schwarz has been synonymous with innovation and passion, quality and reliability. Our new high-end signal generator remains true to these principles. Experience a new dimension in vector signal generation with the Rohde&Schwarz SMW. For all your needs, the Rohde&Schwarz SMW is just what you want it to be. Configure it as needed. The SMW high-end vector signal generator from Rohde&Schwarz is all you need to simulate the complex signal scenarios found in today's communication systems. It combines baseband generation with a fader, interference signal, and RF generator. Users will appreciate its easy-to-use touchscreen operation and the ability to configure options to suit any application. In the simplest case, you can take advantage of the SMW's excellent RF characteristics by feeding it with an external IQ signal of up to 2 GHz bandwidth. In this minimal configuration, the SMW is equipped with an IQ modulator and an RF front end. If you add the baseband option with up to 160 MHz bandwidth, the SMW can generate wideband digital signals using only built-in tools and without a PC. If you need to simulate fading or noise, you simply add them to the signal path. Another unique feature is that the entire signal chain can be duplicated within the instrument, up to 6 GHz in both paths. This capability allows you to elegantly implement complex scenarios such as carrier aggregation, multi-standard radio, and higher-order MIMO modes with just one SMW. Simplify your setup. Generate complex signals intuitively in a minimum of time and with minimum hardware. No matter how complex a communication system with both MIMO and interference signals may be, the SMW lets you confidently control all parameters. The large touchscreen displays the setup and serves as an intuitive operator interface. If, for example, you have a multi-carrier signal and need to add baseband signal B to the signal from path A, then you only have to drag and drop it into place. Frequency offsets and relative levels can be set in the baseband to create a realistic scenario. The resulting single or multiple carrier signal is available at the RF outputs. The result of the settings can be immediately visually checked. The SMW's preview monitors capture various parts of the signal in real time and generate different informational views. In this example, you see the spectrum of the configured dual carrier signal after the AWGN block. Space-saving icons are used for functions that are not always needed, such as configuration of the baseband inputs and outputs. The signals generated in paths A and B can be dragged and dropped to one of the instrument outputs. For example, you can drag the IQ signal from stream A to the analog IQ output B. The integration of a baseband, fader, and RF section and the multipath capability of the SMW solve many of the problems facing users of distributed solutions. In no time at all, higher-order MIMO scenarios such as 4x2 can be quickly and easily configured with just one SMW and no additional instruments. Even 4x4 MIMO, which used to require bulky hardware setups, is easy with the SMW. The SMW takes care of all baseband generation and calculation of the fading scenarios. The 2 additional RF paths that are required are supplied by 2 small SMW200A vector signal generators. The SMW is now the core of a unique, compact solution for 4x4 MIMO scenarios. Bring reality to your lab. Utilize all the sophisticated technologies that are a feature of advanced communication standards. Advanced communication standards such as WLAN 11AC and LTE use diverse techniques to increase the data rate and also take advantage of the physical properties of the transmission channel, such as multipath propagation. Simulating these properties is quite demanding, but essential for testing under realistic conditions. The Rohde&Schwarz SMW masters this task perfectly in a user-friendly manner. It only takes seconds to completely configure a complex setup such as MIMO LTE, thanks to operating menus oriented to the standard and complete presettings for all important signal scenarios. For easier, straightforward handling of a 4x4 MIMO scenario, the SMW allows configuration from a single baseband block. The coupled sources setting turns the 4 basebands into a single operational element. Additional fading can be manually configured as needed, or conveniently set using one of the predefined standard scenarios. This LTE example demonstrates how easy this is. An informative path graph immediately shows the RF impact of the selected setup. The effect of noise can also be simulated in a next step. If two Rohde&Schwarz SMW200A vector signal generators are connected to provide the additional RF channels needed for the 4x4 scenario, the SMW recognizes them via the LAN interface and automatically takes care of all the necessary settings. Make your device even better. The Rohde&Schwarz SMW's excellent RF performance lets you design your products to exacting specifications. The SMW's excellent specifications in all areas give you the margin you need to economically design and manufacture products to specification. The key to reliable measurement results is signal purity. With a specified phase noise of better than -136 dBc at 1 GHz and 20 kHz offset, the SMW impressively proves that it is high-end. Amplifier tests demand high output power combined with excellent signal performance. Not a contradiction for the SMW with its specified output power of 18 dBm over the entire frequency range. This power, of course, should only show up in the wanted channel and nowhere else, which it doesn't thanks to the SMW's excellent adjacent channel suppression. When it comes to digital modulation, the error vector magnitude is the benchmark for signal quality. With an EVM of only 0.3% for a 160 MHz wide 256 QAM modulated WLAN 11AC signal, the SMW provides plenty of headroom, outperforming the standard's requirement by a factor of 8. You often need to know the precise power before and after a DUT. Just connect an NRP USB power sensor to the SMW, and this information is immediately available on the screen. Speed up your development. The Rohde&Schwarz SMW's intelligent tools let you concentrate on creative work. Thanks to the SMW's intuitive operation and short signal setting times, you can work full speed ahead. Even complex, standard compliant signal scenarios can be quickly and correctly set up with the test case wizard. The LTE test case shown here generates a 3-carrier signal consisting of the wanted signal, a CW interference signal, and an interfering signal to test receiver intermodulation. What usually requires 3 generators can be accomplished with just 1 SMW. Obtaining guidance or further information is easy with the SMW. The context-sensitive online help ranges from short statements to detailed background information, eliminating the need to consult the manual. Writing a remote control program normally is a time-consuming and error-prone task. Not so with the SMW. Its macro recorder does the job for you. While you operate the instrument, the recorder logs your inputs and automatically converts them to a Skippy remote control program. Grows with your needs. Make use of the SMW's high versatility to keep your signal source aligned with your demands. You set the agenda. The SMW is ready to follow. From early R&D to integration and verification. Start with what you currently need and expand the instrument's capabilities in line with your future demands. Begin with a classic configuration consisting of a single baseband and a single RF section. Upgrade the instrument with a second RF path or a second baseband. Add fading and MIMO capabilities to cover the requirements of advanced standards. Choose the wireless standards you need. Each standard can easily be activated by an option key. Finally, you might end up with an instrument capable of simulating multi-user PUCCH for LTE, or even generating LTE advanced scenarios with carrier aggregation and all MIMO configurations defined by the standard. The Rohde&Schwarz SMW was designed to master mobile communications technology for a long time to come. Whatever goes up on your drawing board, the SMW will help make your visions come true, now and in the future.